Hello and a sincere warm welcome to our 91st episode. Today we are going to take a quick look at Nintendo's penultimate offering in the DS series and range of gaming handhelds. The new 3DS and its larger stablemate, the new 3DS XL, are arguably the pinnacle of Nintendo's handheld gaming legacy. Initially released on October 11, 2014, the systems were given the production codes of KTR-001 for the standard-sized offering, and RED-001 for the larger XL version. If you cast your mind back to possibly late 2014, or more likely early 2015, you might recall that Nintendo was beset with all sorts of marketing problems, as their flagship console, the somewhat infamous Wii U, floundered and sat unsold on store shelves. It's perhaps almost too easy to forget that Nintendo had another console plugging away, in a valiant effort to prop up the company's financial bottom line. The 3DS had been out for a little over 3 years by this point in time, and has sold a respectable 44 million units, with a steady stream of great games along the way. But sales have significantly slowed, and it wasn't going to match the runaway success of its predecessors. Many of the 154 million people that had already bought a variant of the series that makes up the Nintendo DS, were the same people that now consider smartphones more than enough for their mobile gaming needs. Nintendo were gambling with its revamping and redesigning of the new 3DS, improving on every criticism known, and in the only way it knows best, by concentrating on its core audience. So Nintendo set about perfecting the new Nintendo 3DS. It had a much faster processor than its immediate predecessor, with a slew of exclusive games, most notably the games called Xenoblade Chronicles, and then there was Fire Emblem Warriors and a re-release and upgrade of the 3DS Minecraft, New Nintendo 3DS Edition. It had customizable faceplates, reminiscent of the Game Boy Micro, at least on the smaller standard size offering. It does a neat trick that makes the 3D effect much better. This is achieved with individual eye tracking from the inside cameras. It even has a second analog stick, well, sort of. Nintendo likens the much touted addition of a second analog stick on this new handheld to the GameCube controller's infamous C-stick. This smaller analog control on the new 3DS is pressure sensitive. The company were already selling the Circle Pad Pro add-on for the previous model, to allow for dual analog control of games like Monster Hunter, but until the release of the new 3DS has not offered an all-in-one option for gamers. There are also a pair of new shoulder buttons, labeled ZL and ZR respectively, which are situated next to the existing buttons. The new 3DS shape has also been more rounded to better mirror the previous 3DS XL in form factor. You'll likely notice that the standard-size new 3DS, apart from offering interchangeable faceplates, also boasts the colored Super Nintendo Entertainment System buttons reminiscent of the Asian and European models. Sadly, these did not carry over to the XL, except on select models such as the Super Nintendo Entertainment System European XL variants. The North American Super Entertainment System variant retains the original lilac colors, as shown here. Impressively, the standard new 3DS now features an even larger screen, 3.88 inches versus the original's 3DS 3.5-inch display, while the 3DS XL's remains the same as the previous model at 4.88 inches, blurring the line, or advantage between these two choices still further. Both handhelds have cartridge slots in their front edge, rather than the rear. Both have built-in NFC for interfacing with the company's upcoming Amiibo figurines. Other changes include a switch from the larger traditional SD card to the much smaller micro SD. There's also a replaceable battery that's good for 7 hours of 3DS gameplay. Let's talk about those faceplates for a second, because they're just about the only attempt Nintendo made on this system to capture a wider audience with this new redesign. Baffling is the omission of the XL. I honestly can't fathom why they were excluded. However, Nintendo authorized and branded faceplates, and many of the third-party faceplates were both an exciting addition to personalize and customize your new 3DS handheld, refreshing its looks and extending its cosmetic lifespan. With many of these plates nowadays being collector items in their own rights. Most 3DS systems come with TN-style LCD screens as a standard setup, which are actually just fine. However, with these screens, things like contrast and viewing angle, if not optimized, are more likely to have inconsistent colors and ghosting. Then there is the random luck of getting a system with an IPS screen which tends to have superior contrast, viewing angle, and color. However, depending on the brightness levels set up, telling the difference is tricky when only viewing the screen straight on. There is an ongoing debate on the subject of TN screens versus IPS screens. IPS screens are known to be more likely, albeit not common, on later XL models. Furthermore, you can have a mix and mash, so to speak, say, a TN screen at the top with an IPS at the bottom, or vice versa, or both TN screens or both IPS. It's a total gamble. The desired screen from purist collectors being the desired dual IPS. The common belief, generated with some merit, is that the TN screens appear to be all washed out, almost to a ghostly white color when viewed from the side and at an extreme oblique angle, whereas the IPS screen's colors will remain bright and very well defined. This is perhaps the best indicator that you have a coveted IPS screen, and not a common TN screen on your 3DS. Here's my contentious take: both are very nice, both are clear and crisp in normal play. It's only in extreme angles that any definable advantage appears, and furthermore, so many people can't tell if theirs is TN or IPS. Just look at the Google questions seeking confirmation, that it only adds to my belief that, in all honesty, it does not really matter. And that just about wraps up this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've dropped in a what in the world photo quiz question, which to be honest is more of a spoiler alert for our next planned episode. However, I'd be interested to see who knows what this mystery item is. Our follow-up episode will be out shortly, and if you think you know what it is, drop a guess in the comment section below, or if you're shy or unsure, join me for the next episode and all will be revealed. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, or add a big old thumbs up, subscribe and follow us here on this channel. We're nearly at the start of the home console era, and initially that'll be the Famicom. So stay tuned, stay safe, and above all else be happy.